Control G, give the naming mid group, and go to modify, give center pivot. Again I'm going to select this end part, and again I'm going to give Control G, give the name end group. Okay, now if you see, the pivot is here. Again modify center pivot, right? Now we need to bring all these children under their appropriate parents. Okay, after that we can give proper connectivity using constraints and all these things. Okay, so this head group I'm going to bring under head joint. Okay, you can see now what I have did. Select this, click middle mouse button, drag and drop. Okay, I will do it again. Select the top group, click middle mouse button, hold it, drag and drop on top joint. Similarly for the mid joint, again end group for the end joint. Okay, and the tip joint do not have any continuations or anything to influence, so there is no need or there is no possibilities to find anything for that. So let us just leave it as simple as it is. So this is one hierarchy. Now see, I need to create an empty layer and I'm giving the name as pendulum geometry, GEO. Okay, see, hereafter we don't need to select all the mesh or skin directly, or we are not going to edit, or we are not going to give connectivity or whatever it is directly here by selecting the skin. Okay, because we have created the groups. Even if the elements in the groups are hidden or locked, the group can be accessed. Okay, so for now what am I going to do? I'm just going to add the selected objects individually into a layer and make the layer as reference layer. So for that what I'm doing, just selecting, shift select each and every one of the mesh part. Okay, I think it is selected multiple selection. Let us select properly once again. Let us go into wireframe mode, shift select. Yes, now here right click and add selected objects. Okay, now let me, it is visible. Okay, let me turn this into translate mode for T and R for reference mode. Okay, it cannot be selected directly, but once when you select the bones or the joints, it can be selected because this is the child of this bone. Just remember, this mesh is the child of this bone. Okay, so if I select top joint, the top part skin or mesh of this area is getting selected. Okay, why all these three of them are getting selected is the mid joint and the end joint are the child of top joint. So when I select top joint, automatically mid joint will get selected, end joint will get selected, and the child of the top joint, the child of the mid joint, and child of the end joint will also get selected. Okay, yes, now what else we need to do? We need to create animation controllers, then we need to create connectivity between the animation controllers and the joints and bones using constraints. Then we will do a small animation to check whether the rig is working perfect or not. Okay, So for that, the first step is to identify where we need to place our controller curves. Okay, so say for example, see, I told you right previously, see, now I made the entire model into reference mode. Now when I select the group, see, if I am selecting it individually, it is not getting selected. But when I'm selecting the group, you can see, okay, it's getting selected. So there is no unnecessary disturbance of getting the model is being selected when we are creating animation controllers and connectivity. So now we need to create animation controllers. Okay, so the controller curves. So here it was in rigging mode. Go to curves. Okay, select one of the curve. A curve has been created. Now give proper naming for the curve, or we can give it later. First we will place the curve exactly where we need it. Okay, so I need it exactly here. See, it is not necessary that you need to snap this controller curve exactly in middle of the joint. Okay, it is not going to do much difference, because what an animator needs, he needs a controller curve which is exactly in the middle or in the right place of a given model, so that it will be easy for the animator to understand the influence and the rig, so that it can be easy for him to animate. Okay, so just come here, it is fine for me. So same thing, I'm just going to do Control D, duplicate, bring it here. See, it is a easy rig what we are going to do. Do not complicate yourself. Not going to involve two tough tasks, so that I'm just going to do simple things here. Again, duplicate it. Again, Control D. Again, duplicate it. And again, one more Control D. Duplicate it. Now here we need a controller to hold the head. Okay, so this controller is for here, this place, and this is for this part, and this controller is for this part, this is for this part, and this is for this part. Sorry, this is for the end moment of the tip. Actually we don't need this because we don't have any continuation. Okay, so let us see how far we need these controller curves. Okay, so first I'm just going to give proper naming. See, to change the background color of the workspace, the shortcut is Alt plus B. Alt plus B. Okay, now I'm going to select the controller curve. See, first we need to select all the controller curves. Go to edit, delete by type, history, go to modify and give freeze transformation. Okay, now give proper naming. Okay, so this is head control, and this is top control, this is mid control, this is end control. Okay, so since we don't have any chain from here, practically we don't need this. Okay, but still if we want this ball to rotate, we can have this. Okay, but we don't need this as of now. Okay, so we can delete it, or I don't want to delete it, I will just pull it down. Okay, make it to the ground position, and again I'm going to give freeze transform. I'm going to keep it as the master control. Okay, master control. See, this is how we need to study a model. so that we can create animation controllers. See, now we have gone through the model, we studied the working mechanism of the model, and we found that there is no controller curve needed for this part of the model, so we have removed it. Okay, so this is how a rigger need to study any model. Okay, note down all the possible working mechanisms, then you should create animation controllers or controller curves, connectivity, and all these things. Okay, so now see, it is done. Now another thing is, all the controller curves are in same design. Okay, I told previously, it is like we need to maintain a different design language, design pattern, different design pattern or style, to say in simple words. Similar working mechanisms can be in similar design. Okay, so these are all the tail part of this head. Okay, top tail, mid tail, end tail, let the all three be in same shape. We will change the shape of the master control. So for that, I'm going to select the curve, go to control vertex. Okay, so here I'm going to select the alternate vertices. I'm going to simply change the shape. It is very simple. I'm going to do a simple modification, that's all. Okay, now I'm going to object mode, I'm going to increase the size. Right, this is the master control. Okay, now under master control we need to bring all the other controls. So before that, we need to change the shape of the head control. Okay, so again I'm going to select the head control, go to control vertex mode. Here again I'm going to select the alternate vertices. See, it is not compulsory that you need to select alternate vertices and do a design like this. You can bring any shape whichever you want, but here I am doing whatever the thing is. It is very simple method of creating a rig. Okay, the method is very simple. Okay, right, so the design of all these controller curves are different. Head control is different, tail controls are different, master control is different. Okay, so after giving the modification, again the position and the scaling has been changed. So again selecting the both, go to modify, and I'm giving freeze transformation. Okay, right, now we have finished creating controller curves. So another one thing is to put which controller curve under which thing. Okay, so under master control you should put the head control under master control, and top control under head control, and mid control under top control, end control under mid control. Okay, so if I select master control, all the controller curves should be getting selected. Head control, top, mid, and end. See, now the hierarchy is perfect. All these controller curves are getting selected perfectly, right? Okay, what else is pending? We have created a simple model, given proper naming. We have grouped the polygon objects according to their working mechanism. We have given created bone structure. We have given proper naming for the bone structure. We have given parent-child connectivity for the mesh and the bones. We have given controller curves. Now we need to give constraints. Okay, so let us see the logic. If this is the head, I need to select this head and take and move. and I